boots and cats and 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 does that sound normal?
Welcome back to the Frequently Confused podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jack Huxley. This week, we have some new developments. I finally pulled the trigger on some long-standing plans of mine. I bought some new microphones, an audio interface. I have a laptop on the way. Everything is finally coming together for this channel, and I'm so fucking excited. Soon enough, they won't be able to stop us. We're going to be playing downfield somewhere in between Comedian's Monday Morning Podcast and the Intellectual Game. I don't even know what this channel's about yet, but still, it's a lot of fun doing. Anyways, this week I was so busy tuning the new equipment and learning the software that I actually didn't end up getting a chance to make it on my own podcast. And so this week we have frequent guest star Mitch Connors as he comes on the podcast to talk about Euphoria. Joining Mitch Connors today is another guest star of ours, yeah, I don't know her stage name.
Dynamic, dog.
Yeah.
At the very end, I feel so fucking bad for this dude, but also I'm like,
But not at all, because, that's his own fucking fault for not standing up for himself and being who he is.
Yeah.
That's all, yeah, it's fucked up and it's sad, but at the same time, he could have chose to go the other way.
Yeah, he could have chosen to be happy, but he chose to fucking...
I mean, there's ups and downs to every choice he could have made. From that scene in the second season where, you see him fall in love, etc., with that guy, and then he finds out that the girl's pregnant, his wife's pregnant. Dude. He, obviously, moral reasons, moral dilemma, etc., but he chose the life he's in. He can't blame that on anybody else.
Yeah. No, it's just so fucking, well, it's just so crazy how, one fuck up, one life fuck up can lead to,
a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And pissing on your floor.
Dude, he was just completely broken. It was GG for him. He was like, I don't give a fuck about any of the consequences right now. I just want to fucking,
He got fully kicked out of the place where he, was able to finally connect with the person he was in love with, and then...
When he was shitting on the son, he's like, I've seen your porn. Fucking, he was talking about the type of porn, and I was like, this is kind of mild, honestly.
Yeah, compared to, your life story?
Yeah,
You've seen his porn? Cool.
You fuck random trannies in a hotel.
And record it and keep all of them for, okay.
Whatever reason.
Oh, boy.
He secretly wanted to be caught. That's what it was.
Not secretly. He did want to be caught. That's why he kept fucking videos of it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's in his head, he probably saying oh, I just want to watch them or whatever. But he wanted to be caught. You know what I mean?
It was there. Someone could find. His son got to it at what, a hella young age.
Bro,
when did he say he found? Yeah,
he was 10.
10 years old.
Dude, God, could you imagine? Just watching them all. Nate was fucked from the beginning, dog. Not only was he exposed to that, but he had the mental fortitude to, instead of be
oh my God,
he watched all of them intently, and then when dad was coming home, he put them back normal, how they were supposed to go, because he understood.
10 years old, and his mom's I don't know what happened, but at a certain age, you just changed.
Bro.
And then, oh, God. 10 years old, I would have been like, Mom, what the fuck is this?
And this is just fuck, dog. Then he's such a fucked up person, drinking and driving, right? These are high schoolers, too. That's what's
dad or Nate?
Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Nate stays drinking and driving. He stays with the Bud Light fucking cracking that shit open
with his teeth. He stays just like his dad.
Yeah.
Though,
Well, he right now, he's the mastermind. He's the main antagonist, I feel because everyone's fucking, losing in the end, and he's, not winning yet, but he's definitely going towards that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because I'm because you want to say, because there's a bunch of bad shit that everybody does, but he's the main one that's kind of fuck, is he gonna fuck everybody else's shit up?
Well, he blackmails everybody. He got his dad arrested, right? He got that dude Kyle. He beat the shit out of that dude, and then had him fucking arrested for when he grabbed Maddie's throat.
Oh shit, you right. I totally
Like he's like Nate's a fucking psychopath, dog. He's the last bad guy. Like,
I don't know how he's able to like how as a character you're able to watch that and just play it off as like, oh yeah, no, he's just super fucked up. It's fine. Nobody's gonna notice.
Mm-hmm.
And he does one thing after another, and it's just that's where you have to like have what's it called? What's it called? Suspension of disbelief, where you have to kind of just go like, well, okay, this
it happens. Yeah.
Okay, who else though? Like
Fez and Ashtray.
oh my god, Fez and Ashtray. Oh, did you know Ashtray? The kid that plays Ashtray just got a new kitten.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok. He posted on his TikTok, look at my new cat. So cute.
I heard he he wants to go to the Olympics.
Oh shit.
He's a boxer apparently.
Shit.
He's like a Olympic prospect.
Dude, I had no idea what.
Yeah, I think that might be why they killed him off so he could focus on that. But apparently he's an Olympic prospect for boxing.
What the fuck?
Which is like
that's hella dope.
That sucks. I wanted to see more of him.
Yeah. Well, okay, I've seen a couple of different people who are like, "Oh, he's not dead. He's not dead."
No,
and I'm
he's
like,
dead.
"No,
They shot him in the head.
I'm praying that he's just like
There was no
like, oh!
There was no noise. It was just shot and he fell down.
Clunk, like right after. I know, but
there
like,
was no way.
A little part of me is still like, he's alive. It's okay. No, but have you seen those like stitches of videos where it's showing? It's like one of the first episodes. It's the first episode where it's showing like Fez's backstory and how he got hit in the head, and like it's showing kind of like blurry flashbacks, and it shows that scene in the blurry flashback as like a barely like a 1 second, like not even a full frame
Really?
of that last moment of Ashtray with the light, exact same image in one of the first scenes of the show. Yeah. You haven't seen that?
No.
Yeah, dude, so they showed us the ending at the beginning of the season.
That's some fuck shit. That's some fuck.
You haven't seen that?
No, I'm happy. I'm happy I didn't notice that. I mean, I don't know. That's some fuck shit.
No,
shit.
I saw it at the end.
Fuck.
I think everybody realized it at the very end. It showed up on TikTok, and you could see that last image of Ashtray with the light, and it's in the first episode. Yeah, it's hella cool. I feel bad for Ashtray though, because like his entire life is just do right by the family and protect, and like he didn't.
Bro, the thing was like right before he killed that one dude, like I thought he understood. You know what I mean? Like they Fez gave him the nod, and I thought he was just like, all right, there's a dude on a wire. This chick is trying to help us out right now. So like in that moment, I'm pretty sure Fez knew. Okay, so the phone's recording. She's trying to help us out right now, so follow what she says. And then Ashtray just dialed it up to 100.
Well, okay, the first guy you fucking killed though, like.
Well, that was also like that was warranted. That was because they weren't being fucking. There was no wire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like he could have just listened to the conversation that was happening around him, and that she was trying to help them. Like she should have fucking said something before that, but she was trying to fix it. Like, oh, didn't so and so kill him? Like, didn't this happen? She was walking them out of it, like, and all he had to do was follow along, and instead he's like, oh.
I wish Fez could have just left. I wish he would have just like been like, "No, I'm leaving, dog." Like,
oh, but that's not Fez though. That wouldn't have been a good episode if he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna dip." That's not Fez's character at all.
I know, but he missed the fucking play, dog. And Lexi was so good. I didn't like how you couldn't tell sometimes whether it was actually like the play or then.
Or yeah. Like those last couple of scenes, it was like, okay, wait, is this a part of it, or are
is
we
this like their real
scene?
life?
Was that whole last episode the entire play? Like,
it was like
there
the play
any part that
was
wasn't connected
flashbacks.
besides Fez?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because I genuinely like there were parts with Rue in it where I was like, wait, is this happening or no?
Yeah.
Like that first one when they're up on top of the shop. Boy. Also, I really liked that entire episode with Rue running from the cops. That shit had my heart pumping.
I wonder what they're gonna do with Jules' character. Like her and Elliot, right?
Yeah. No, I feel like, okay, I remember we were saying that was super fucked up. Like what they were, like, you know, the shit that she was pulling.
Yeah, Jules was being a bitch to Elliot, and then she ended up being the one that cheated on Rue with Elliot.
And at first I was like, okay, but people want to support Rue. Rue's adorable. Like, I would see both sides on Twitter of people being like, oh, Rue's, or Jules is amazing, this and that. And then other people were like, okay, but are we going to talk about this other shit that she did? Or are we just going to completely ignore the fact that she was cheating and then pulled all this bullshit?
Bro, it's some fuck shit because they're all kind of pieces of shit. You know what I mean?
I think that's the best part, though, is that pretty much everybody on that show is a fucking piece of shit. Like, there's nobody on that show where you could be like, yeah, that's a good person. Like, that is... Oh, well, you know what? Fez, actually. I fucking love Fez.
Cassie's mom.
Cassie's mom?
Right? Yeah.
Cassie's mom.
She's dope.
The one that's drunk on wine all the time?
Yes.
No. She's fucked up her daughters in, like, more ways than you can count. She's a major reason why those two are part of the fucking plot.
I mean, it was mainly the dad for Cassie.
Okay. But, like, if we're talking about both of them, your mom being drunk all the time and not participating in your life at all.
She was so invested in her daughter's life.
One of her daughter's lives.
That's true. But she's also super supportive. When she saw the play, she was like, that's dope. You know what I mean? Everyone else might have taken it one way or another.
But she was protecting one of her daughters.
Yeah.
Because she, like everybody else, was like, oh, this one needs more attention, this one needs more attention, this one needs more attention, because that one's pretty and she's fine. Mm-hmm. Even though, like, what's her name? What's the blonde chick's name?
Cassie,
yeah. Even though Cassie was, like, popular and da-da-da-da, and your major assumption when someone's popular and all that shit is like, oh, they're fine, they're dealing with it good, they've got friends and da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. And so she gave all of her attention to the other daughter, and slowly the, like, I don't even know what to call it. The trauma morphed inside of Cassie, where it's like, one, her dad left her, and then two, her mom not really abandoned her, but neglected her because she was able to carry it better than her sister. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, her sister's like, why me? Like, she's smart, she's cool, she's great, but, like, she still kept her shit together. And because Cassie was able to, like, play it off in a different way, her mom kind of, like, let it go and didn't, I don't know. Their mom's not that great. I don't know. I can't agree with that.
Who else is a good character?
I like Elliot, but I also like how everybody was fucking, like, all over him about the song. They're like...
That song did not need to be that long. That song...
No, it didn't.
You know, that song needed to be at least, like, just 1 minute. 1 minute would have been perfect. It just kept going and going.
No, they gave us an entire song. And
he said it wasn't done.
Really?
Yeah, he said that, like, it's not finished yet. It's like...
That was a whole ass song.
That was...
As I was watching it, I was like, this is really long, but I didn't think anything of it. Because I was just like, okay, well, this is a part of it. That's fine.
I don't know, dog. That shit annoyed the shit out of me. I just can't wait for the next season.
I just really liked everybody's tweets about that part.
Yes.
Like, they're freaking pissed.
The memes about this whole show.
Everything. I was not expecting, actually, the Nate and dark-haired chick. Maddie. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that scene with the gun. Mm-hmm. Like, Russian roulette shit. Like, yeah. I was not expecting that at all. That threw me off. Like, can you imagine just being in your home and being safe, and then all of a sudden there's a fucking gun to your head?
Bro, I love how in both seasons, in the first episode, Nate, like, got humbled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Both seasons. The first episode starts with a party, and Nate gets humbled. One, when Jules fucking pulls that knife on him. And it's like, so we all see, like, all of this is hidden behind, like, he's also, like, he's not invincible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I love the fight in the beginning of the second season.
Bro, yeah, when Fez just fucks him up.
Fucked him up. Like, he so deserved that. Like, you hated him by the end of that first season. And, like, it's been a while since you've, like, started watching it again. Obviously, I know that you watched all of it in one go and then started but for me, it was, oh, I'm fucking pissed at Nate. And then a season later, a fucking year later, I'm like, the bitch is getting beat. Like, let's go.
Bro, that was so exciting.
It was so satisfying. Okay, but him creeping on Cassie's ex-boyfriend at the party made me really uncomfortable. I was like, okay, this is a lot. That's like, right. That's like, oh, okay. Like, this man got some, I already knew he had issues, but that just added to this man got issues. Mm-hmm. Oh, good Lord. I really, really loved Rue's explosion episode. Like, that first couple of scenes and the one where she was running the whole time. How she flipped out and was screaming and freaking out, and then she'd calm down and she'd be breathing like, I'm sorry, and then all of a sudden she'd freak out and she'd go out at ham again, because that was such a good, like,
that was a good suspense episode.
Not just suspense, but that first, it was a very good display of actually being like fucking mentally ill and fucked up, being fucking addicted to something to the point where you're like, it just did a really good job at representing like that fucked up shit in the way that people can act. Like, obviously it's not as bad as it can get, but it was pretty fucked up and it had a lot of emotion in it. And she was just like, I was watching it and it was, I don't know. I felt a lot of the feelings in that episode.
I think what I like a lot about the show is it like shows us that sometimes like just, I guess, sometimes we let ourselves like treat people who are like addicted or whatever kind of bad, you know? So we put like this weird negative connotation on them. And this show kind of shows us that, like, most of these people just need help, you know?
Yeah.
Most of these people just, you got to be like, when the time comes and they're ready for help, you just got to try to be the bigger person and be there for them, you know?
Yeah, I like how they show, I remember at the beginning you were saying that you think that like a good ending would be for Rue to die, and at first I was like, no, that's fucked up, because I'm so used to TV shows that are like, oh, okay, this is all the fucked up stuff, and then let's go happy. But honestly, with the kind of show that it is, I think that there needs to be a majorly like fucked up episode that makes you go, what the fuck? Because that's the kind of show that it is. Like, it's like, because they've already got a lot of complaints about it glorifying drugs and all that shit. I think it really needs to have that kind of like, fuck. Like, if she died, I mean, I don't want her to, but it would make a lot of sense if she did, because like that would, like, this is what fucking happens when you don't.
I mean, I think there's 3 ways this show could possibly end, and I know either way it's going to be a good ending. And I'm going to go from what I would say my least favorite version would be to my favorite, which regardless, I think either way they're going to find a good way to make it like a satisfying ending, which is one, either, you know, happy ending, everyone is alive, and, or, you know, Drew's not an addict anymore, or Rue, sorry.
I was going to say.
You know, everyone's good and happy and friends again, and Nate's out of the picture for whatever, and Fez is either still doing time or like getting like on probation or something.
As long as Fez is alive, I'm fine.
You know,
I can't live. If Fez dies, I'm not watching anymore.
And I would feel satisfied with that, but I do also think that would be like, I feel like it would be a little nicer to have a spicier ending. So
definitely.
Ending number 2, I say, is Rue dies of an overdose at some point, or gets fucking stolen by the fucking.
Oh my god, the chick that she still hasn't paid back.
Yeah. Something bad happens to Rue. Rue dies. I think that would be like we just get a bad ending.
I really hate that they skipped out on all of that in the last episode. Like,
but
they made it such a big thing, and then they're like, oh, okay, well, this is no part of the story right now, so it's fine.
Yeah. And then the third way I think it could end, which I think would be my favorite way, because it's just the most brutal and like tragic way, is that Rue just ends up being an old junkie. Just she's like explaining
fighting
this
her
shit.
way through life.
She's like explaining this shit to a fucking like rat in a.
Okay, that's where I disagree. If I was gonna pick one of your endings, it would be if Rue died, because like I'd rather see an ending where it showed like a brutal truth of like of addiction and like drugs and all that shit, of this is what can happen, rather than her surviving through it all and being like an old addict. I don't think that's fair to the viewers or to like.
Well, that's also, either of those are realistic. things of what could happen to you if you're an addict.
I just feel like they'd get some shit on them if they kept her alive as an old addict. They'd be like, if oh, see, you can still grow old and blah, blah, blah.
Well, but here's the thing. I think if you don't make it a caricature, but if you kind of show that, like, this isn't the kind of life worth living, you know? Like, this is a tragedy, you know? Like, this is not, like yeah, you can survive.
This isn't a life that you should, like, fantasize about or, like make beautiful in the way that we have, but, like, her life fucking sucks. Like
you see it could often, like, it's like what's the word, romanticized, you know, all these kinds of things. And I think just showing just like a real ugly truth of, like, this, if it doesn't kill you, it'll, like, it very well could ruin your life.
Yeah. No, okay, I get that. I was thinking of that as more of like she struggled through and she's still alive and she's still doing drugs. But no, that makes a lot of sense. It's like, she's fucked up and she's not living a great life. She's still fucking doing drugs and she's doing shit. And here she is telling her old story on the side of underneath a bridge to someone who's fucking listening to her. Yeah. That would make sense too. That or she dies. But as long as Fez lives, I'm fine. Like, if anything happens to Fez, I don't think I'm going to keep watching.
Bro, I want Lexi to be a fucking, like, a author that just waits for Fez when he gets out of jail. He doesn't have to work anymore. That would be fucking dope.
I think everybody was saying that it was going to be like a time jump.
That would be cool. That would be
cool. I think a lot of people were saying that they were going to do a time jump because of the way that they ended. Like, she was talking past tense at the end. So I think they're going to, like, jump forward a couple years. But I think it would be weird for them to be out of high school. Like,
I think they kind of have to be soon.
Yeah.
Just because.
What year were they in?
I don't know. 2019.
That's not what I meant at all. I meant junior or senior.
I think senior, maybe. Thought senior or junior. I don't know. One of those. But I think a time skip would be good if they're out of high school, and like what would be a realistic route that they would go? What would everyone be doing? Lexi would be in some kind of college.
Lexi would be in some kind of cult. Cassie would be in a cult, not Lexi.
Fez would be in jail or on probation. Rue would be...
Yeah, I guess that's the only way you can get around the time restrictions of everybody's bullshit.
Yeah. But I think they're either going to start with him in
But
jail.
How would they explain like, Rue's shit with the fucking drug lord?
I don't know.
How they're going to sell her? Like,
that's their problem.
Open the episode with Rue being sold?
And that's their problem. They're the writers. I'm not here...
I'm going to be criticizing that specifically because that's like the main point I remember being like so scared about and then nothing happened.
I honestly don't care if they just act like it never happened. Fuck it for the story. As long as it's entertaining.